All right, let's start. Welcome. uh, they could be laughing. I don't care. Welcome to the UnCelebz podcast, Mr. Robot Review. Today we'll be picking apart season 1. So, warning: if you haven't watched the show at all and you are interested in checking it out, stop right here because there's going to be spoilers from this point on. So, when you're ready, what I'm about to tell you is top secret. A conspiracy bigger than all of us. There's a powerful group of people out there that are secretly running the world. I'm talking guys no one knows about, the guys that are invisible, the top 1% of the top 1%, the guys that play God without permission. And now, we about to shut all they shit down.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Let's get into it. So, Elliot is a brilliant but highly unstable cybersecurity engineer and vigilante hacker. Becomes a key figure in a complex game of global dominance when he and his shadowy allies try to take down a corrupt corporation he works for. Right? in in the first real scene that you see of episode 1, he's taking you see the Ron's coffee scene, where he's talking to Ron, and Ron is he's a coffee shop mogul, but behind the scenes he's you know storing all of this kiddie porn on his network,
Yeah.
on all of the servers. So we see Elliot, trying to actually kind of talk to this guy a little bit. He said he usually doesn't do it in person. So, that lets us know that he's done this at least more than once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, like he's completely socially awkward. He has a couple of friends that he grew up with. Even the girl was, Shayla. She came in throwing everything at him. She was throwing it at
this
him, yo.
this is not the coworker, not the blonde chick.
Yeah, the
The
his
other
dope
one. Okay.
his plug. She was
Yeah.
that's who he bought his pills from. And
Right.
so that was really their relationship. Aside from exactly how they met. You know.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, yeah, I think it's in this season. Like I guess he ends up finally like sleeping with her.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Or
early on in the season.
yeah, earlier this
Yep.
season.
Yep.
Early on in the season, she's like, "Come on, we can do these pure Molly."
He's just like, fuck it, I just need the Molly.
I just
He didn't
sniffed
even
the.
want the Molly. He was like, "Oh, okay, Molly."
I
Yeah.
just sniffed some morphine. Fuck it.
Right?
Don't ever make decisions when you're on morphine.
No, because it always end up being bad.
Right.
Always.
This is why guys can't
That was
have.
probably a good decision. You know,
What?
Elliot is not probably getting it any other way. It's not approaching him like that too many more times. You know,
No.
like like just being a guy. You know. It's not just gonna walk up to your door like, "Come on, I'm in your room."
Nope.
But yeah, we see Elliot. He doesn't really want to even go through with that relationship too much, you know, because it's just like that social awkwardness that you know, I don't know what to do in these situations, but he starting to like the attention, you know, and stuff like that. And it's all very, very short lived because, you know, um, I think really season one delves into a lot of people overstepping lines and not being ready for the consequences that come back from that.
Right. Right.
Right.
Like, like you definitely get to see that with the Shayla thing because you know next where it was just uh where it was just a connection, he was just it could have been just his plug just getting pills from her. He's the reason that she actually goes to Vera, the main antagonist for the for season one, or not main antagonist. The main antagonist is still Evil Court, but um, Vera is the only guy that had the specific shit that he was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Shayla didn't really know about Vera and didn't have anything to do with him until she needed to get the pills for Elliot.
Mhm.
So then, so now Elliot walks in on Vera, like as Shayla's in the tub, the whole she good scene. that
Mm-hmm.
that woman in there, she's mine. That's what Vera's saying. But after, like, as soon as he leaves, he sees that she's in the tub. Obviously, they just had sex, or Vera actually rapes her because she's unconscious, doesn't remember anything about it, stuff like that. So, I mean, Elliot really feels like now he's in a position where he has to do something about it, even though he promised Shayla that he wouldn't do anything. So.
Right.
So it's funny. It's funny that you say like you say Evil Corp. So like what like the whole deal with Evil Corp? Like what's the scenario? Like what's the plot on like the whole Evil Corp kind of thing?
Well, Evil Corp is basically like talking from our standpoint, like how we would look at them. It's like Amazon mixed
Yeah.
with all of these huge banking companies and stuff like that. These that are so big that they're everywhere. You
Yeah,
know,
like a
it's a big
conglomerate. Yeah.
exactly big conglomerate company running every kind of business.
Yeah. I would say
So
like Google or something like that. Also.
so yeah. So now what we see in season one, like the main things that we see from season one is that is that they're responsible for Elliot's father and Angela's mother's death.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
Washington Township. There was a leak, and they leaked you know carcinogenic residue into the water supply, and it killed a couple people. But they got out of that case, you know. They got out of that case. It got caught up in court because what are you going to do going in court, going against, um, going against the biggest conglomerate that the world has really ever seen? Um, yeah, E Corp is, the biggest conglomerate in the world, and what can you really do against these guys? And that is what Elliot is trying to do. Elliot is trying to shut them down. You know. Um. So we see that he has a team. F Society. F Society has a couple of different members. We got uh, Mr. Robot, who is the leader of F Society. That introduces Elliot to everyone, and
Mhm.
then we see there's Darlene. She really looks out for Elliot the most of all of them, I would say.
Mhm.
Um, then you got Romero. Romero, one of our uh, goats of actors.
Yeah,
Oh
What's
buddy.
my man's
yeah,
name?
Ice.
Yeah, man. Like he's everywhere. He's everywhere. He made Marvel, and he was in Luke
uh,
Cage.
Cage.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
but
Rest in peace.
right.
Word, word.
Well, yeah. So Romero is always skeptical of everything going on and stuff, but he's just trying to accomplish the greater goal. Then you got Trenton and Mobley, who we really don't get into this season like that, but they're there as well.
Mhm.
Um, so we see that Darlene is really pushy when it comes to certain things, like she really got into uh, uh she really pushed her way with the Dark Army,
Yeah.
stealing Cisco's contact information and getting in there and everything.
Mhm.
Like, and really being able to reach out to the leader of the Dark Army. And
Right.
like yeah, it's like she really doesn't know exactly how deep the Dark Army goes. She thinks that, it's just a bunch of hackers or whatever, and they're just going to kick her from the group chat and move on. But, you know,
They do damage. That's all I can say.
I was just saying, glad you brought them, because I was starting to get pissed off with Darlene. Like she was kind of annoying though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like every chance you get, like she's like popping up in this dude's like shower. She's popping up in Elliot's like couch. I was like, yo, get
like,
the
word.
Yo, like calm your ass down, like for real.
word. It's just
Like,
like, oh, what? Like she's like picking the lock. And I'm just like, that's mad annoying. I'm like, yo, get the
like,
fuck out of my house. Like, what are you doing?
of the girls of S Society, why is she the main one, like bugging Elliot? Like, what is up with her? Like,
And
I
then
don't even. Yeah, go ahead.
she even pops up when Elliot trying to like get some, and I'm like, yo, chill, like get out, like
Right,
get the fuck out.
right. And then I didn't know this. I didn't, word. And I didn't know this either. This was like the big spin. I was like, I didn't know her and Elliot, what they were related.
Right, right.
Well, he didn't either.
So they slept together. Yeah, I just slept with my sister.
No, no, no. He didn't sleep with his sister. No.
He kissed her.
Yeah.
He kissed her, and she was like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Right,
did you
right, right.
forget again?
He's like,
And
oh, you're my sister. Yeah,
We,
motherfucker.
like,
we don't know that.
word. And it freaked him out because, I mean, then, like, one of the dopest things about it, the creator Sam Esmail
Hmm.
broke the fourth wall, you know, started shaking the camera. Did you know about this too? Like from
Oh
then
yeah, I
on,
thought that. was pretty genius. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, he we're a figment of his imagination, right? We're just another uh person that he's talking to in his head.
Yeah.
So like he thinks that we know the shit that he knows, and like we're
Mm.
actually in the show, so to speak. Like that camera is in his head, so to speak.
Like we're his imaginary friend or something like that.
Exactly. That's why he talks to us. That's
Yeah.
why um, like if you he actually you know like yeah, exactly. I was about to say something else.
But it the show like season one for me was just like a small introduction to like some crazy shit. It's just like, all right, this guy, he's this small tech. This small tech guy has huge like agendas for the world and he's gone through his own issues with like, all right, I'm going through this. I don't know what's going on, but I want this to happen. And he forgets about who he is, what's going on outside of his head, and the guy that he keeps bumping into him, Mr. Robot, not knowing exactly who that is just like, all right. Later on, revealed that that's his father. Fucking with him, like just like trying to like leading him in a way, you know. So whenever you see, I don't know what his real name is, but whenever you
Christian
see
Slater.
Christian Slater, whenever you see him, it's like a figment, like a part of his brain, like a part of his mind. And the way that the show shows both of them in the scene is like genius because it's like, okay, they're talking to Christian Slater, and at the same time they're talking to Elliot, you know, at the same time. Like they'll talk to Christian Slater, and then 5 seconds later they'll talk to Elliot, and it's like it fucks with your head because you're like, what's going on? Like, does he know who this guy is? And then when they reveal it to him, to everybody, that that's his father, it's like his dead father at that.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, I gotta watch that over because it's like you
It,
see the scenes where him and Christian Slater are talking to each other, they're interacting, they're getting into fights, they're arguing. They, you know, there's one scene where Christian Slater choked him up in the bar, and when
he
you
was
look at
choking
it,
himself.
he's choking himself,
Yep.
and it's like, yo, that's wild, like, you know. So
I mean, and the crazy thing is, like, Sam did a great job as far as doing his research on the actual mental conditions and stuff
mhm,
like that of dissociative identity disorder, and
mhm,
it is very possible that they can get so removed from their trauma, or what they identify with their trauma, and they can put themselves somewhere completely different, where they don't remember their family members, where
mhm.
they do where they won't recognize somebody by just by the look of them, and where they can develop this entirely new persona,
Right.
and but like I just love that part of it, that big reveal, because when you go back and you watch it for a second time, you start to see that nobody looks at both of them. When there's a scene
Right.
and there's both of them there, nobody is looking at, Elliot at one point and then Mr. Robot.
Mhm.
The first time that he walks in, Romero looks him dead in his face with a like Mr. Robot opened the door for Elliot, and this is supposed to be the first time that Romero sees Elliot. But
Right.
he
Right.
looks
Right.
Elliot dead in his face and opens the door. doesn't even look Mr. Robot's way, and like it's just like really dope as far as just how they were able to get that, how they were able to accomplish that, you know.
And
It's
honestly, it's
yeah.
not something that you pick up on until like the second or third time you watch the season,
Hmm.
when you don't know who's who, right?
Right.
So it's like, yo, uh, those times where Elliot is talking to the group, Mr. Robot is way in the back of the room.
Hmm.
Or like there's one scene that I just saw earlier today where Darlene is talking when Darlene gives Elliot her number, puts it in his phone. Mr. Robot slips behind Darlene and just walks out the door.
Hmm.
Like you don't really catch it.
It's small subtle things that they do to where like when you get to the end of the season, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? How that happen? And then you gotta watch the whole season again to like really pick it up. And then even like we're not gonna get into the in this episode, but when I'm watching season two, it's like I'm still like, yo, what the fuck? Like like my mind is still playing on as if things weren't already revealed, and it just fucks with your head to me.